Howdy gamers, and welcome back to a very special episode of Together We Design, the video series all about graphic design created by designers for designers. I'm your host Anarchy, and on episode 10 today we are going to be creating a poster for former Triumph player Hello I'm Halo, and this is going to be a culmination of all the previous episodes that we've done and we've learned new things on. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some inspiration for this poster. We're going to be using Pinterest for this. So here is my Pinterest homepage. Um, I'll save some of this stuff just because I actually, due to making my own video on inspiration, I've ended up using Pinterest a lot more than I did in the past. So in our first episode on inspiration, this looked really dead, but I've used it. I've started using it a lot more. So Uh, this poster that we're going to be doing is going to be a mix of a grunge and streetwear kind of thing. So uh, we're going to open up my basketball pins, which is what these grungy kind of posters tend to be done the most in basketball graphics. And we're also going to look at streetwear. I've got a bunch of pins here. So this is basketball. These are all like basketball related things. That's how I sort my pins here. So what we're going to be doing is going to be sort of like a combination of using like straight like shapes, like as you would see in like streetwear, like the use of like squares, rectangles, and text like this. And we're gonna mix that with using sort of how basketball graphics utilize like players, or in our case, it's going to be, I think, a picture and a hero cutout. By the way, I have not, this is not really pre planned in any way. We're going to be doing this from scratch. The only thing I've gone ahead and done in advance is gotten screenshots because I didn't have the skin that we're going to be using. But anyway, this is kind of what we're going to be looking to do. We're going to do like a mix of this style and this style, as we can see. So the what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go and we're gonna try and find a picture of Halo. He hasn't played that much um, on stage due to COVID, of course, and the canceling of all the Overwatch League homestands. So there's not a lot of opportunities to get good pictures of him. So we're gonna go to this is the photo shelter where all the esports pictures are. This is Overwatch League. We're gonna go to 2020, and then I think he played on stage here week 5. I also went ahead and looked for this picture because this is the only one on here. So there's a singular picture of Mr. Halo. So we're gonna go ahead and download this to use if it would load. But we're gonna use this picture, and then we're also gonna use a cutout of one of his most played heroes, which is Lucio. Close that. We can go back and reference any of these if we need to. The other thing I want to do is I want to make this like a statistics kind of poster, which is another thing that's done a lot in sports, traditional sports. Most of the time it's basketball. And these are stats graphics. Up until recently, for Overwatch, we haven't really had good places to get stats for Overwatch League. Once the Stats Lab was announced, that was sort of like a lot of artists were really excited because we could finally do things sort of like how a traditional sports does them. Because like if you were to do Overwatch League stats graphics back in the day, you wouldn't really be able to do that. You'd have to do everything. It's like average per 10 minutes and stuff like that. And it's not really the same as if where with basketball you could just be like, this guy has 48 points in the last game. Whatever these mean. I'm not a basketball watcher, so I couldn't really tell you. But basketball, in traditional sports, you have access to all these stats that you can use to create really cool graphics with, which Overwatch hasn't really been a thing until late. So now that we do that, we have the option to do things that are way more akin to traditional things, which is really cool, and it sort of bridges the gap between esports and traditional sports. So we're going to go to the Overwatch League website, and we're going to take a look here. So here you can find the Stats Lab. You go to Stats and then Stats Lab Beta. But we in particular are going to be looking at a specific player. So we're going to Stats Lab Players. And then it's going to load a little bit. This is also still in beta, by the way. So might be a little buggy here and there, but it does work for what we need it to work for. So what we want is we want 2020 team. We want Boston Uprising. Actually, no, wait, just kidding. Here we go. We want career totals is what we're going to be doing. So there's different tabs here. There's match report, rate ranks, career totals, single records, and flatted deadlifts. We are going to be looking specifically at career totals. All right, so now we've got Photoshop open. We're going to go to create new, and we're going to pick a size for the poster. Usually I try to make my posters sized so they're always print ready in case I ever want to print them. So I think this is A3. I can't remember. I think this is A3. I'm not sure. What would it be here? I can't remember. I think it's A3. Presets. A3. I think this is A3. No, A4. So we're going to use A4 for this, the size. So you go print A4, which is 2480 by 3508 in pixels. This is an A4 size poster. I'm going to create. So now our poster size. So now that we've got the assets that we want to use, I have in mind kind of what we want to do. So usually I actually would draw this out. I'm a personal purveyor of sticky notes. I use sticky notes a lot when I'm doing graphics to keep myself organized or to write down ideas so I don't forget them. But we're going to do this here. So what my plan is I want to do, so we've got that one picture, so I want to put that like here. And then I've got 2 screenshots of Lucio to use. I think we're only going to use one though, and we're going to put him like, I don't know, like here. So this would be where Lucio is. He's going to be in this area. So I would put like him there, and then if we decide we want to use the other Lucio, we would put him, he'd go like here. So this is Halo, and this is a Lucio 1, this is Lucio 2. For stats, just so we'll use a different color here. We'll use like green. So this would be, so we'd put like stat 1 here, and then we do like stat, there's gonna be rectangles, stat 2 there, and then stat 3. Though to be honest, I kind of don't know how I feel about this, so we might do like, okay, so we might do stat 1, stat 2, and then do like, in this corner here, do like, that's a terrible H, do like hello, I'm Halo. We do something like that. We could do put hello I'm Halo, or put his name or something there. Or we could do, so we gotta do hello I'm Halo, or we could do this box obviously won't be that big, but we could do Halo, and then do like Boston Uprising support. I'm just gonna shorthand do a plus there. That would be all written out, I think, and then do like the Boston Uprising logo or something like that. We could also do like, there are some people who don't like this that much, but we could do like repeating text or something around the edges. That, this, and then that, something like that. Just And then we could provide depth with, like, the Lucio could go over this and do something like that. So I'm gonna save this just so we have a reference. A Halo reference. Okay, so we have that. First thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get our picture. Fish this out of here. We have our picture. We'll size that in a minute, and then we're also gonna get our Lucio screenshots. I think this is gonna be the one we use. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's either gonna be this one or the only issue with this one is it gets cut off. His feet are cut off, so I'd have to do something to cover that up. Or you could do like that. I think that looks fucking cool. Like, look at him. Look at him. He just looks very cool. We do something like that, make him kind of large. Yeah. Alright, I think that looks good. We're gonna cover that up for the time being. Shut up. I'm getting emails. Okay. Next thing we're gonna size this up, I guess. I don't want this picture to be too big, just so it doesn't take up a bunch of space. We want it to be like big, just so we know that's Halo, but we don't want it to command too much space, if you know what I mean. So I think we will. Where does that go to? I want this to overlap just a little bit. Okay. But I also don't want most of the picture to be like this. This is gonna get cut out. But so let's see here. Shut up. Okay. So often the way that I like to do what I do is I often like put down everything I want to do and then like put it together. We've got this is the basis for what we're doing here. We've got our two pictures. And now I'm gonna crop this the way I want it to be. Personally, I like for there to be the margins to be the same. So I don't know if there's a better way around this, but personally what I do is I'll put this to whatever I want the top margin to be, and then I put like a box, and then I rotate it and put it on the other side to crop the picture. But let's see. 100 is good. Also, by the way, I forgot to put guides down at the edges. I usually do that. That's like the first thing I do. Put some guides down. And put that down the center. And then put this down in the... So there we go. Just so everything's good. I find a lot of people kind of like disregard guides for whatever reason. Like they just don't use guides, so like spacing is kind of not the greatest. But we're all here to learn. So we're gonna put this down at 100. And then what is the length of this is... I forget already. I forgot already, but whatever. Should make a new layer. Just fill that in. Gonna go to paint bucket, which is G. Give ourselves a rectangle, and then we're gonna transform this. Oops. Rotate this 90. And just move this over to the margin, the other margin. Yoink. And put a guide there. So now I've got that. We're gonna crop this. I think we're gonna crop it like that, I think. Or maybe like that. I also probably do this the long way, but I do this to like, I'll fill it on a new layer, fill in a box, and just to make sure the proportions are good. We'll actually just make this a 16 by 1600 box. Link those again. Move that into the corner here. Now, in order to... Actually, just kidding. We're going to select this. And we're going to make this a layer mask. And there we go. We have our cropped picture. So I'm going to delete these. We don't need them anymore. We've now got our picture in the corner here. Next thing is Lucio. So the way I used to... let me see. We're going to lower the opacity just so I can see where he's going to end up when we cut him out. So I do want this to overlap just a little bit, just because it can look a little cool. The only thing that'll be a little tedious when we cut this out is this glowing part right here, just because there's a background. Usually when I cut stuff out, I use a white background just to make it easier, but I had to get this screenshot freshly taken. So we're gonna go to, I think that's where I want it. Set that back to 100. We're gonna go to select a mask, and then we're gonna go to subject. So it's gonna select our subjects here, and hopefully it'll set the base for our Lucio screenshot. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's kind of like eh. This time we got some good spots and bad spots. We're gonna go back over this with the, I think this is object selection thing. I don't know exactly what it's called, but where you highlight an area and it can either select or deselect within that area. It's kind of like a mini select subject to try and refine selections. And then once we go over a couple areas with this, we're going to use the pen tool, or the polygonal lasso tool. So we're going to go ahead and do this. It's pretty good in most cases, but some cases kind of like eh. So like that was pretty good. This is pretty good up here. Let's see. Once again, another note for Chase, this is probably an area where you can speed up. It's kind of tedious. You don't really need to kind of does. This is kind of just like busy work. You don't really need to. I'm sure most people who do any amount of Overwatch graphic design know to fucking cut a character out. So, kind of basics. Plus, this is also not really notable at all. We're just cutting them out. Okay. Grr. Probably places where we can speed stuff up or cut them out entirely. I'm just gonna shut up because I don't really have that much to talk about. I will say I do quite enjoy doing like kind of videos like these, but there are certain points where it gets to like I'm gonna talk about nonsense. So this is also not scripted at all. So decided to go in blind. So you might have already noticed that, kind of just me talking about whatever. But we're gonna cut this man out. This entire... Oh, I hate it here. This entire sky is in the L. It's also probably a faster way to do this, but it's kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever. Oh, shit. Okay. Right. Okay. What the hell is that? What is that? Pain. To be quite honest, I didn't realize how long this was gonna be. This might be a rather taxing video in terms of editing. Chase, I apologize. But I started watching The Witcher yesterday. It was kind of fire. What the fuck is that? Okay. What is that? What is that? Oh, it's a lamp. Okay. It's a street lamp. Street light or whatever. Usually when I'm doing this, I would have music on, but I decided I wasn't going to turn it off to record this. I could have actually kept it playing because I could just mute my desktop audio, but I decided I would not in case I got distracted, but I'm kind of missing it now. Poggers. Oh, okay. What the hell is that? Oh, is that his mouse, man? Gross. Gross. Okay. Well, there's that. Oops. There's that. The tedious part is gonna be this fucking thing over here. That's gonna be really fun. So is this. Dude, I swear sometimes it takes longer to fucking cut a hair out than it does to actually do the graphic. This poster is not gonna take me that long. Or at least it shouldn't, so. It should not, so. What time is it? 6:50? I have no clue how long I've been recording this, but. Like I said, I don't intend for this to take me that long. I am doing this, like. I haven't planned out any of this, but I really don't intend for this to take that long. What is that? Oh, it's him glowing, I think. Oh. I intend for this to take about 2 seconds, and then I'm gonna continue to watch The Witcher. I'm almost done. It's only like 8 episodes. I'm already on episode 6, I think. So, I can be done tonight if I try. Okay. This is kind of rough. Okay. This can definitely get either sped up or cut out, whichever one you feel is appropriate. I feel like this being sped up could be kind of cool just because, just so you don't miss any part of the process, because this is the process. You have to, as my band director always says, and it's actually currently on my shirt, we have to respect the process. We must respect the process. And this is part of the process. Tediously cutting out Lucio. I stand by my opinion that Lucio is the worst hero to cut out. I hate cutting out Lucio. Like dead ass. Between Lucio, I hate cutting out Lucio, and I've just cut Lucio out a shit ton of times. I also think I don't enjoy. What was the other? What is like the other most shit hero to cut out? I also don't enjoy cutting out Mercy. Her wings are fucking annoying. I like Mercy. I like to use Mercy in graphics. Don't get me wrong, but it's fucking annoying to cut her wings out. But I think Lucio for me just takes the cake. I've had so many bad experiences where I fuck up a Lucio cutout and I have to like do the entire thing again. Okay. Oops, sorry. Well, this is very cool. Um, what I would do is move him over so this is like out of the frame so I don't have to deal with it, but also, wait. Okay. Alright, so, uh, this is pretty much the cutout here. Um, I'm trying to decide whether or not I'd like to cut this out or not, because what we could do is just make this Lucio a bit bigger and move this so it's out of the frame. That's usually what I do when I don't feel like cutting something out. I usually just move whatever it is off frame or cover it up with something like duct tape or something and do it that way. But uh, this is our cutout. So I'm gonna smooth the edges by about 2, and shift the edges by this way a little bit, just so cut you can cut out some pieces of your cutout that where the edges might be a little rough. And we're gonna output this to a layer mask. So I think I am gonna make Lucio a little bit bigger, just so he's not rasterized, so this should fix itself. The pixeliness should go away. There we go. That's why when you do stuff, you don't want to work on rasterized layers, because they won't fix themselves like that if you decide you want to make it bigger. So this is pretty good cutout. This is still an issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to we're gonna work on the layer mask style that we just made. And we're gonna select out this part that still has the map in it. We're gonna leave the green part. I think I'm gonna colorize that to a different color. We'll select that. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna work on we're gonna use a brush that is low opacity. So we're just gonna pick a soft brush like this. And we're gonna set the opacity to like, I don't know, like 75 or something. And we'll brush this in with white, I think, or no, black. Oh, just kidding. That's kind of too high. Let's do like 50. Sorry, that was my mother. Let's do 25. Okay, actually, a detour. We can cut out that original part. Um, where I fucked it up. Okay. Instead, what I've decided we will do instead is we will this entire thing is selected. Okay, wait. Instead, we're gonna do this part, I think. Um, this edge is not. This edge is kind of hard here, but it's not really here, so I'm just gonna eyeball that and come back to it later. Hope for the best. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go back to our brush now. We're gonna, I think we're gonna just have to get rid of this entire middle part, just because it's got so much of the map in it. Especially that bottom part. Maybe fill it back in with something else. Let's make this like 50. Otherwise, this entire part is gonna have to go, and we're gonna have to cover it up with something because I honestly don't know. This might look stupid. Oops. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Okay, executive decision. Executive decision. We're getting rid of this entire part, and we'll just put something over that or something. I don't know. All right. Executive decision. That's the other thing I'm glad about having. Um, I'm glad about having this entire thing recorded is you can really see the process. Oops. Not everything, not every decision you make in a graphic is you're gonna know 100% that's what you want to do. That's just how art is. You're not gonna know everything from the jump. So even experienced artists who you would think know what they're doing don't know what they're doing. I promise you, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. All right, so this is sort of our base. We've got our Lucio here. We've got our Halo here. The next thing we're going to do is I think we're going to put down our stats. So I'm going to drag the screenshot that I took in just so I don't have to have a picture of it. And so instead of doing eliminations, we'll do healing and hero damage. We're going to put, I think, let's see. We'll put hero damage here, put healing towards the Lucio. So, let's do a square. Let's see. Do we want to put this at the center? No, I think that's a little low. We'll put it around here. I've got our layer. I also am going to try to name my layers for you guys. I usually don't name my layers. Most of them end up being layer like 1 through like 25. But, so this is Halo picture. This is going to be Lucio. This is going to be stat. This is going to be healing. So I'm just going to make a square or rectangle. And currently I have a swatch. I have like a swatch file that has all the Overwatch League team colors. But one handy dandy website that you can use, created by a person in the Overwatch League community, Solomon. He made a website that has all the OWL logos, colors, all the swatches, colors, what's supposed to be used on what. It's really resourceful if you don't know any of these or don't know where you can find them. You can find logos. So say I wanted the Boston Uprising logo. If I didn't already have that saved on my computer, you could just click on it and there you go. You can save it right to your computer. Or if you needed the color codes right here, blue, yellow, black, or you need to, there you go. And it's got all like what's supposed to be on what, which is really cool. and that will be linked in the description. But here we go. I have the swatch here. We're gonna use, I think, blue. We'll make these blue. Just fill us in so I can edit it. We'll make this. Let's say 750 by 200 because I don't want these rectangles to be that long or fat, I guess you would say, like height-wise. I don't want them to be that big. I want them to be skinny. We'll put this like right here and do. So Halo's healing is 169,688. Let's open up some text. If it would load, that'd be really cool. Make this smaller just so we can see it, and also not white. So we're just gonna put the number 169. There we go. 169, comma 688. This is also up to date as well. The other thing with owl stats in the past is we had no clue when the stats got updated. They kind of just got updated whenever. This is always updated after I think the most recent match, which is really cool. So we always have up to date stats as well. So this is 1060. Okay, cool. So that's the ceiling. I'm gonna put this here. So this is gonna go. I think what I'll do is we'll have this be big, and we'll put this. This will be the only thing in the box, and we could put healing outside of it. I don't know. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna like that though. Let's do like 30 poggers. We want the center of this box so the text can be centered. Oops, text can be centered too. By the time I'm done some of this stuff, there are guides everywhere. I like to keep things even correctly because it bothers me when stuff's not spaced correctly. That's why I do the thing with I did the thing with the margins for the picture because I couldn't take it. All right. You know this is not correct. This is not spaced correctly. Or at least it doesn't look spaced correctly. So even when things are mathematically spaced correctly, they might not be optically centered. So that's something you're gonna have to learn. The difference between something being optically spaced and something being like it's not mathematical. What the fuck is it? Something being metrics or whatever, metrically spaced. So like obviously this is up too high in the box, so you have to move it. That looks a lot better. This is gonna be white, I think. Yeah. So we've got our stat in the box. She's kind of large. We got our stat in the box there. And I'm gonna just duplicate this, I think, just so for consistency's sake. And we'll put this like, thinking. It's kind of large. I know I wanted to put the name and stuff here, but it's kind of large. Unless we put it like there. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. And then for, let's see, hair damage, we have 66,500. Excuse me, 66,000. Shut up. Shut up. 66. Okay. 66,000. There we go. 582.2. So this is just a little bit bigger than the other one, so I'll have to make that smaller. And okay. So this is hero damage. And got the number. Center that John Slice. Yoink. Also, by the way, Nudge is going to be like your best friend. Nudge, which is moving things like a pixel or two at a time with the arrow keys, is like your best friend. I didn't start using Photoshop until a couple months ago. I started using Photoshop in around February. Until then, I used before then I used GIMP, and which doesn't have such a feature. And let me tell you, I would have loved for it too, because I can't aim in Overwatch, and I also can't aim when I do graphics. So like I'd try to move shit, and then it'd be like I try to move it like, and shit would end up like that. So it's not fun. But Nudge allows you to make precise movements, not using your mouse, which can be inaccurate sometimes, especially if you just can't place stuff correctly where it's supposed to go. Nudge is pretty good. This also looks not right in that direction too. Okay. That looks better, I think. That looks a little better. Um. Uh. One thing I want to look at. I want to see if they put. I want to see if we want to put them in boxes or out of boxes. I was thinking doing out of the box, but maybe not. Maybe that might not be the play. Um. Um. You know what? We'll see. We're just gonna do it and see if it looks good or not. Okay. All right. We don't have a need for this anymore. We've got those numbers right. So let's see if this looks good or not. It's probably not gonna look good, but we'll see. So that is white. This background is not gonna stay white, by the way. I'm just gonna. We're gonna have this be yellow, actually. Yoink. Okay. Yellow. This is healing. Healing. So this is Tiling Gothic. Is one of my favorite fonts to use at the moment. We use it at Triumph. Oh, there goes Triumph. Speaking of Triumph, anyway, we use Tiling Gothic here, a decent amount. So it's one of my favorite fonts. So we're gonna make this like 20. See, like I want the number in the box to be the focus, not the whatever this is. Though it is helpful to know whatever it is the number means, because without the without whatever it is, it's gonna be like it's just a number. You feel so. That looks dumb, as expected. That looks kind of stupid. It might just be because the background is white, so it's kind of not helping. Could invert it. That might help. That might help actually. Um, so this is. I think we are actually gonna shorten this to be hero damage, just because it's long. I don't want it to take up that entire bottom part. Hero DMG. 17 pixels to 20. 20 pixels under healing. A little more. Okay, so that's that. Oh, wait, that looks stupid. This is yellow right here. This might sort itself out though, because this photo isn't color corrected at all. So that might fix itself later. We're gonna count on that to fix itself. Uh, So we have the base for our poster. It's looking kind of rough in a couple spots. As always, a lot of things might you gotta go through the rough part to get to the good part, and that's just how it be. Um, so we've got this down. I might move this over a little bit. So it's hair damage. Yoink. Oops. Uh, put this here. We're also gonna try and organize my layers as well. I usually don't organize these that well, but this is gonna go. Select those all. It's gonna go a little bit that way. Oh, okay. So in this space, I don't particularly know if our text idea thing is gonna work. Uh, hmm, I am thinking. Alright, so I'm gonna think about this. It might take me a couple minutes. I'm gonna look at some more inspiration. Okay, that didn't take that long. Alright, that didn't take that long. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put hello, I'm, and then halo there. So, and we'll put to fill the space here, we'll put like some cool shit in the background. I don't know. We'll do like a Boston logo or something. I don't know. So let's do hello, hello, I'm, or no, hello, I'm. There we go. We're also not gonna do this all in the same. The other thing you might want to use to, or not might, the other thing you do want to use to your advantage is to use different text weights, as we talked about in our typography episode. We don't want to have everything be the same weight, just so we can have some sort of difference there. It's interesting to look at. So see 75 is gonna be too big, yeah. 50, that was also too big. Uh, 35. I also want this to be like long, if you know what I mean. This is already the wide font. This is the wide version of Thailand Gothic, but I want this to be like wide, if you feel me. All right, got that, and then we're gonna do Halo. That was supposed to be in all caps. Halo. And this is gonna be like 75. It's gonna be large, probably larger than that actually. Hello, I'm Hal. Actually, that's too big. Just kidding. Psych. Psych, that is too large. Alright. Then we'll do wait. I'm gonna keep with our margins I set on this corner. I don't think we're gonna do the repeating text. We might do that maybe at like the top or something, but I might have changed my mind in that regard. Put this there, and then do, oops, and then do, wait, let me move. This is gonna go here. So, okay. Sorry, I had a stroke for a minute there. Just trying to figure out where these got moved to. Those are too close together. I want this to be, I want to have a little space above there. I do want them to be close, but I want them to be able to breathe. Hello, I'm Halo. King. King. And then that is that. So, there we go. That's cool. We could do, I kind of just like this like this. We could also do like his actual name, Mr. Kobe. Could put that there, but I think I like it like that. After a stunning excursion to Twitter, we found out that Hello, I'm Halo. Mr. Halo does not have a number yet, at least. I went looking for his jersey, and he does not have a jersey on the store, and his jersey also does not have a number. As we found, the one game on stage he got to play, uh, he doesn't have his own jersey yet, so we're just gonna do Boston Uprising support, I guess, because that's kind of an L. So when is the space here? We'll do that later. Just do like hello. Okay, wait, I suck. Oh wait, I suck. I suck, bro. Okay, wait. That's still not right. Okay, there we go. Wait, that's still wrong. Wait, that is still wrong. Yo, this sucks. What the hell? Okay, there we go. There we go. Only took us like 5 tries. Okay, well. Okay. This is gonna be. Do we want to make the box yellow or do we want to make the text yellow? Thinking. We'll just make this yellow as a placeholder. Uh, Boston Uprising. Oh wait. Boston Uprising. Okay, wait. Boston Uprising box. I'm gonna make this a little larger. Okay, no, I didn't mean that large. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. I think that this will be maybe not yellow. It's rather bright. So we will make this blue, I think. And then we're gonna find the center of this bad boy. And we will. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's do Boston. This is the font is large. There we go. B. Boston Uprising support. And this is gonna be. We'll put this at. Let's see, medium maybe. Medium. Oh, I spelled support wrong. Let's go. Is that how you spell support? I feel like that's not right. Okay, no, that's definitely right. Okay. Okay, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We do not talk about it. Alright, let's see. Oh, it can be like the little name tag thing on the jerseys. That's kind of fire. That's. Can we do 15? I feel like 15 is too large. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna fit in there. uh, then do that. Wink. Okay. Some variety. I had to put some variety in there. We want this to look like that, but also uh hmm, I don't want all these boxes to look the same. We are providing some variety within our boxes. I don't want all the boxes to look the same. So we can make the box. We can make the box black. This background is not going to stay black. Can make this. Or I meant we can make it white. Sorry, I meant make the box like the actual like jersey like tag things on the side. To be white like that. That honestly does not look that bad. That looks kind of okay. I just gotta make sure the space is the same between here and uh, there. Real quick. So let's make this blue, I guess. Um, okay, one trick that you might not know is you can actually, when you're making a selection, you can move it while you're making it. So, like, say I make this like too long on one side, I can, or like I make it like the right size, but in the wrong on the wrong side, I can move this by holding space. You can move the selection as you're making it. So, like, say I put this like this, or it's too long on one side, but it's not long enough on the other side. I just move it up like that, and we've got ourselves a fix. Uh, Anyway, I'm just gonna move this. There probably is an easier way to do this. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to Photoshop, so so this is definitely not the same uh, spacing. So we just move that, and there we go. Easy. So that's that. That's kind of that. Got our typography squared away. Next thing we're gonna do is I think we're gonna start working on the background. So I'm going to use paper rips, I think, just because I enjoy using paper rips. So I have all my texturing assets and stuff saved here, and it's how I keep my stuff organized. So I've got grains, films, grunge, halftones, liquid, all kinds of crap you could ever want. I think one episode I might try and do in the future is doing one on being organized, and I know a lot of people actually struggle with staying organized. I'm probably one of the most organized people you ever meet. Because I like that. I hate when my stuff's not organized, but also like I have so many stupid like folders that are just like memes like 11 and I'll just be full of memes. So, uh I'm going to put this over this picture actually. Here we go. To provide, this is to do like depth. So we'll have like a rip here and then we'll put a rip behind this text here so it could feel sort of um like like there's just depth. I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. But do that and that. Um, in the background, I think I also will. So we could put like a Boston logo there or something. Could put that there. Most of my projects, like I said earlier, I think, um, stuff looks a little random, not put together, but we'll get there, I promise. Okay. Oops, that is not locked. Make sure we want to do that. Um, could do like that or something, or like. Hmm. Huh, do I like that? I don't know. This is gonna go in the background, so I promise this won't blend in together. But or we could do like a pattern of them or something. I don't know. We could do uh we could do like little ones and then do like make them a different color every other.